Should you send campaigns to active subscription customers? There's a lot of people that say that you shouldn't. And the reason why they say this is because they think campaigns make subscribers cancel. Hi, I'm George and I run Yocto. We are Klaviyo Elite partners, basically top 44 out of tens of thousands of agencies globally. And we build retention systems for Shopify brands that use subscriptions. So I've heard this multiple times across multiple different accounts. And the easiest way to solve this is inversion. So instead of asking, how do I send campaigns safely? We're going to ask, how would I send campaigns to make people cancel? And then we're just not going to do those things, right? So quick context. When I say subscribers, I don't mean email subscribers. I mean people who are paying you on a subscription. So active subscription customers. Now, let's understand one thing. A campaign doesn't necessarily create a cancellation, even though a cancellation may follow a campaign. What a campaign can do is basically remind someone that they were going to cancel anyway. Now, people confuse timing with cause. So it happens after they receive the campaign, and then they are thinking, okay, it has to be the campaign that caused this. But that's not necessarily the case, right? So what happens is that you see cancellations go up, and then your brain goes crazy, and you're like, okay, email is the problem, so I'm gonna stop emailing people because they will cancel. But that's like stepping on a scale and saying that the scale made you gain weight. No, the scale just showed you what was already happening. You've gained weight, people were already disappointed in the subscription. So before we start with the inversion, I wanna just show you very quickly how you can check right within Klaviyo how you can tell if a campaign or a flow message causes cancellations. All you need to do basically is head over on Klaviyo, and then you need to switch the default conversion metric, which should be placed order for you, to the cancellation metric of your subscription platform. In this case, we use Skio, so we select Skio subscription cancelled. And then you can see how each individual message, in this case campaigns, but this also applies to flows, may be getting cancellations attributed to it. Now, again, just because the cancellation happens after the campaign or after the flow message doesn't mean that the campaign or the flow message caused people to get unhappy with your subscription, right? It's just that the subscription got canceled after they received it, which most likely means that they remembered to cancel because of the campaign. All right, so here are the best ways to use campaigns to make subscribers cancel. If you want to lose revenue, do this and you're going to be very, very successful. Number one, give new customers a better deal than the deal you gave to your subscribers. This is a very big one. If you want subscribers to cancel, run a huge promo, send it everywhere, and make sure it's better than the deal your subscribers are already on. What will happen next is that your subscriber is going to read it and they're going to think, hold on, I'm the loyal one, and yet I'm the one that's paying more, and then they're going to feel triggered and then they're going to cancel, which is exactly why during Black Friday, during Cyber Monday, there's a very high risk of cancellation. It's not because you're sending emails, right? It's because you're sending deals that are better than the deals that your subscribers already have. Now, number two, don't give them what I call an escape hatch. Okay, so you run this big promo. What you should do is go to your cancellation flow and add a cancellation reason that says, I saw a better offer, or I saw the Black Friday deal. Because when someone cancels, first of all, you want to know if this deal was the trigger. And then if it was, you want to have a save offer that's designed to match that offer that caused them to cancel. Basically a moment where you're like, okay, you're right, here's the deal that you should have received. Number three, run campaigns that make them question their decisions. Now, this one is sneaky. If your campaigns constantly say things like new breakthrough, new improved version, now with extra strength, etc., how will your subscribers feel, right? They're gonna think, well, hold on, have I been taking the lesser version for the last 3 months? And this is especially important if you sell a product that relies on trust, such as supplements, skincare, basically anything that's health related. Be careful how you talk. You can still do campaigns, but don't make them feel dumb, right? Number four, sell them stuff that clashes with their current subscription. Another great way to cause cancellations. Send campaigns that conflict with their current subscription. For example, you get 6 bottles every 6 months, they've just renewed, and then you send them emails to buy 3 more bottles right now. Why? They have just received 6. So when you do this, you are basically creating friction, and then you start to annoy people. And you don't want to be doing this with your campaigns. The last thing you actually want them to think is, why do I even have this? The next great way to cause subscribers to cancel is to treat all of them in the same way. Now, spoiler alert, not all of them are the same. A subscriber on renewal 1 is fragile. They've just started exploring. They're still deciding. A subscriber on renewal 6, basically they're a fan, right? So if you blast everyone with the same message saying you'll see results after your first 60 days, and then you're including people who've been with you for the last 1 year, obviously you will annoy them, or at the very least come across as tone deaf. Number 6, never ask why people cancel. Most brands have no idea why people cancel. They leave the default cancellation reasons: have too much product, it's too expensive, I didn't get the results, and then they just leave it at that. They don't try to understand more deeply what's going on. So essentially they're driving with their eyes closed, right? And that's the last thing you should be doing. Number 7, you ask them why they cancel. They tell you why they canceled, and then you don't do anything about it. So cancellations go up, everybody starts to panic, and then you're like, okay, it is what it is. Let's stop emailing them. That's like your car making a weird noise, and you're like, I'm not gonna drive anymore. No, if there is an issue, fix the issue. The next one, number 8, exclude subscribers forever, and then call this segmentation strategy. This is my favorite. Some brands exclude subscribers from campaigns because they're scared, and like they call it, we are protecting our LTV, we're like preventing cancellations. But what they really do is that they stop marketing to the absolute best customers they have. Now, think about it. These are literally your highest LTV people. They trust you, right? They buy repeatedly. They are the easiest people to sell upgrades and expansions to. So when you exclude them, you do what? You refuse to talk to your absolute best customers, which makes zero sense at all. Now, here's the truth. If someone cancels because a campaign reminded them they can cancel, I'm going to break it to you. They were going to cancel anyway. They were already unhappy. They were already questioning the value. They were already not getting results. And they were already feeling one way or another that the subscription is not worth it. It's not your campaign that did that. It's just made it evident. So here's how you segment and how you target subscription customers. There's usually a point where subscription customers become sticky. A simple marker is after 3 renewals. There's nothing magical about the number 3. It just means that they've had multiple chances to cancel and yet they did not. Your particular cohort chart might look slightly different. But fundamentally what you want to do is split subscribers into 2 groups. New or early subscribers, I'll say 0 to 2 renewals. You have those on one hand, and then you have your sticky subscribers or 3+ renewals on the other hand. And the way you target those 2 groups is completely different. Early subscribers should mostly get automated flow messages that basically help them win, right? Like stuff like how to use the product, how to get results faster, what to expect, common mistakes to avoid, reminders that they made a good decision, including stories, success stories from other customers, potentially even surprise and delight elements to make them feel that they made a great choice. Why? Because early churn usually comes from them not knowing how to get results, them not getting results because they're not consistently using the product, and them being disappointed early because their expectations did not match the reality of your product. And you want to fix these automations so that you have complete control of when they receive what message. Now, sticky customers, sticky subscribers is where the money is because they already like the product. They already trust you. So campaigns can do things like upgrade your next order, add this to your next box, upgrade your bundle, try X with low risk. And these aren't hard sales. These are people that already like you, right? Like you're just making the subscription better. And obviously you can and should communicate on the flow level for those people as well. But the issue is if you're watching this right now, the ship has probably sailed. You may have built a database of 10,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers, and any flows that you would create now, again, would be of course hugely relevant, but only for net new subscribers. You would essentially be ignoring the database that you've built over time. Whereas if you were to target your sticky subscribers with campaigns, you would do what? You would be able to monetize them right away. So ultimately, yes, you should be messaging your subscribers. That's the first thing. The second thing is you shouldn't be messaging all of your subscribers. You mostly don't want to be messaging your new, fresh/fragile subscribers. You want to be messaging those that have stuck to the brand over a long time because they won't be upset by receiving a message by you. They've been through multiple chances when they could have canceled and didn't. So, and they are really your best customers, right? So to not target them is fundamentally a stupid thing to do. So send campaigns, make them feel better about the subscription, and just remember that if somebody cancels after an email, they almost certainly did not cancel because of the email. They canceled because they didn't want the subscription anymore, and the email just reminded them that, hey, paying for this, probably you could cancel, right? So if this video resonated, don't just nod and then move on. Take my advice seriously and apply it, or contact me if you need help. And if you want more content like this, be sure to subscribe. This channel will only get better over time. I promise you this. I've got tons of videos coming your way that will make you a better e-commerce marketer, better founder potentially, and overall, frankly, help you make more money in 2026. So go ahead, tap or click subscribe, send it to people that should subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.